the executive director at the Uganda Virus Research Institute, says this vaccine trial is in phase 1, meaning they're going to use a small number of people, about 42, for this particular vaccine trial.
Some of these will have had pre-exposure to COVID. They have COVID antibodies, half of those, 21, and another 21 do not have any prior exposure to COVID, to see how it works in individuals who have been exposed to COVID and those who have not been exposed to COVID. Vaccine has been developed by our colleagues at Imperial College. It is a very interesting study in that we're using sort of a newer approach to COVID. We call it a self-amplifying RNA vaccine, so that you have more RNA and as a result more proteins and more vaccine that is exposed to the individual. That way you can use lower doses of this vaccine than the vaccine of Moderna and Pfizer.
It's happening in Masaka because the Virus Research Institute has developed some capacity there.
We have a very competent team in Masaka, doctors, nurses, counselors, community workers, a lab team who are in Masaka, working within the communities for many years, more than 20 years, with partners who have been supporting us. These individuals who are going to be in this trial will be followed for about 6 months. They'll receive 2 doses, 4 weeks apart, but we hope that with all the trial, people come in slowly, analysis and all that, it may take us a year, and then we evaluate. If the vaccine is working very well, then we move to a phase 2, and eventually we move to a larger trial. People should not be confused. This is not the Ugandan vaccine that we've been talking about under PRESIDE. No.
There is an open call for volunteers to take part in this vaccine trial, particularly in Masaka district.
These should be healthy individuals between the ages of 18 to 45. They should not have been in other vaccine studies. As you know, there are a few other vaccine trials of COVID that are taking place or planned, and they should not have had the current vaccines that are being given. But also we have given them option in case they want to withdraw from the study, they can withdraw. The study has gone through all approvals, the institutional approval here at the UVRI, the National Council for Science and Technology, the National Drug Authority, the committee at Imperial College, and also the committee at the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine.
It is still very unclear on when COVID will decisively be dealt with globally. But Professor Kalebu says such trials and emergence of new vaccines is a good thing for the scientists and for the world at large.
Now we are faced with variants. Yeah? If we have vaccines that you can easily change, modify, and different approaches, then access will be easier, but also those who are designing the vaccines, it will be easier for them to modify as we face the changing SARS-CoV-2.
Africa has the lowest figures when it comes to vaccination. Now scientists say this is a double-edged sword. It's a good and bad thing, and here is why. Unvaccinated people contribute the most accurate results for such studies. But it could still be a problem because there is the ability of the virus to continue spreading across the world through unvaccinated people. Walter Mwesije, NTV, Entebbe.